Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. We welcome you in live to Palm Springs Stadium here on a beautiful Thursday morning, July 1st, as the Snowbirds are set to take on the Bluesox as we start to slowly wind down the regular season here in the PSCL. Bluesox coming to today in a three-way tie for first with the Lumberjacks and the A's at 10-3. The Snowbirds come in as the 7th seed, 5-2 with the playoffs just starting on Wednesday. We're getting down to it, Marshall, to say the least.
We really are. We've seen some great action here in the PSCL these past 2 weeks. Hard to believe it's almost over.
So the Blue Sox are in the field. Snowbirds set to take their first at bat. Dylan Bowie, William Harrington, Ty Farrell will be the first three men to come to the plate. And the Snowbirds will be doing it against Taven Hathaway out on the mound. Hathaway standing 6'1" from the right side, 220 pounds, 7.50 ERA this season in 12 innings. Tons of strikeouts, 20 strikeouts, low walk total at 3. Just going to try and keep those hits down, and we'll see how we can do it. And we're about to be underway as Steven Murata will dig into the box. Dylan Bowie will dig into the box for the Snowbirds against Hathaway.
Dylan Bowie, freshman out of Vancouver Island University, waits first pitch.
And down low for a ball. We're underway, ladies and gentlemen.
Bowie, a solid leadoff hitter, excellent leadoff hitter, comes in today with a .417 average. 4 runs batted in.
On the outside corner for a called strike once, Joshua Notriano, Christian Angulo, Joel Queimada, left center and right fielders, Matthew Lawton, Steven Murata, Primo Vasquez, Troy May. Along the infield, Matthew Singh behind the plate, and of course Hathaway out on the mound. As the Blue Sox try and reclaim sole possession of first place. That's down low, ball 2. Blue Sox come into today, second leading offense in the entire league, hitting .323 as a team. Snowbirds not doing too bad themselves, coming 4th, hitting .293 as a team. Chance for a whole lot of offense today, Marshall.
Indeed.
Swing and a miss, 2-2. Mentioned just a moment ago, Taven Hathaway, 20 strikeouts on the season in just 10 total innings.
Blue Sox and Snowbirds also rank in the top 4, 2nd and 4th respectively in team ERA.
That misses, runs the count full. Hathaway working relatively slow to start off. Infield pretty straight out. The outfielders playing relatively shallow. Angulo playing very shallow out in center field.
Oh, he is.
On the ball usually travels much better during the daytime. Here's the 3-2. That's on the ground foul left side. Coach tried to make a play on it, and it went right on by him into the bullpen. Also, something to keep in mind for the next game, Marshall, couple of our analytics guys are going to be the managers.
Now that is a matchup I am looking forward to.
I mean, they're going to manage like Game 7 of the World Series. That ball's popped up in the air, right side, and that's going to land fair just inside the right field line, right in no man's land between Queimada and Primo Vasquez. He made a good attempt at it. So Dylan Bowie on the lead off the ball game with a base hit. Didn't hit it all that hard, but he found the right spot.
Perfect spot, and just the man you want aboard. Bowie, in addition to being a great hitter, he has 8 stolen bases on the year, so look for him to be in motion.
So I'll bring up William Harrington, the third baseman today for the Snowbirds, as the Blue Sox will set up to try and turn 2.
Harrington, freshman out of City College of San Francisco.
That ball's hit hard out to center field. Angulo right there to make the play. And there's a quick 1 out. It's one of the advantages of playing shallow, I guess, Marshall.
It is.
So I'll bring up the catcher, Ty Farrell, as he'll dig into the left-handed batter's box now with 1 out.
Farewell, freshman out of Vancouver Island University. He's batting .308 on the year so far. 8 runs batted in.
Close play at first, called safe though. Checking on the runner, Bowie. Marshall mentioned a moment ago, 8 stolen bases coming into today. Tied for 5th in the entire league. Grant Cook of the A's, far and away the leader at 15. And Jamal Ritter, see him in just a moment for the... Maybe we'll see him a little bit later for the Bluesox today. 2nd place at 11. Another check on the runner.
Snowbirds now rank number 1st in the PSCL with 48 stolen bases as a team.
They made up a lot of ground on the A's. A's were leading by a long way. I mean,
they were. I thought the A's would hold that position all year long, but
Grant also helps. Jack Ray, the shortstop, 3rd in the league with 10 stolen bases. He's batting 9th today. Swing and a miss on the first pitch, 0-1. Hathaway working very slowly on the mound, very deliberate. Here's the 0-1. Starting and stopping was Bowie. Pitches upstairs, 1-1. No Triano playing awfully deep in left field for a left-handed batter. Kamada playing relatively deep out in right. Big hole on the right side, another check on the runner. It's understandable, he's stolen a lot of bases this year.
yeah, definitely want to keep. I think we're going to see a lot of throws over to first today. A lot of these Snowbirds you're going to want to keep an eye on.
Here's the 1-1. On the ground, foul, right side. A nice play by a Snowbirds player right there. The first base coaching box. And Shane Stanley making the barehanded grab. So trying to help out his team who leads the league in stolen bases. Good lead from Bowie at first. The count's 1-2. And there he goes. Pitch outside. The throw down. And it's going to be late and offline. Bowie will hold up at second. He steals his 9th bag of the season. He was a good pitch to throw him, but he stole it pretty easily, Marshall.
Yeah, that was no contest. And now the 49th stolen base total by the Snowbirds. And they are in motion here.
So man scoring position for the Snowbirds. Both teams, high-powered offenses, a lot of score runs in all sorts of different ways. Bluesox, a big slugging team. Snowbirds manufacture a lot of runs. A 2-2 on the ground. Back to Hathaway. He'll flip to first for the second out. Going to third is Bowie.
Productive out.
I'll bring up Trey Sarmiento, the designated hitter. Chance for a 2-out RBI.
Trey Sarmiento, sophomore out of City College of San Francisco, another representative there. 350 average coming into today. 8 runs batted in.
That first pitch is upstairs, 1-0.
Snowbirds rank 3rd in the PSCL in runs batted in.
Good breaking ball in the outside corner, 1-1. Hathaway's done a great job working ahead of batters all year. I mentioned a moment ago, only 3 walks this year. He's only hit 2 batters.
Remarkable control.
He's trying to keep the batting average against him down. The 1-1. Another breaking ball. He wanted it. Called high.
That was a close one. Just a bit high.
Min Jae-yo waits on deck. First base is open for what it's worth. 2-1. Another breaking ball, 2-2. Hathaway trying to work out of a jam. Bowie singled to lead off the game, stole second, got the next 2 men out. Now it's Sarmiento with a 2-2 count. Another breaking ball, ripped in the left center field. That's in there for a base hit. Bowie will cross the plate. That one's going to actually go to the wall. Mistaking the outfield, and pulling into second is Trey Sarmiento. with a ringing RBI base hit. We'll see what the scoring of that is in a moment, whether it's a single or a double. So a 2-out RBI double, Trey Sarmiento. That puts the Snowbirds up with an early 1-0 lead.
Oh, what a huge hit. So far, these Snowbirds just hitting it where they ain't, as they say. That was... Look at the exit velocity on that ball in just a moment. That one screaming off the bat.
So that'll bring up Minjio, another man scoring position. 4th double of the season for Sarmiento, along with his 9th RBI. Hathaway, another long hold. Short lead at second for Sarmiento. As Hathaway steps off. Guess he didn't like what he saw there from his catcher.
Yes.
Now Hathaway set, waiting on the first pitch. Breaking ball's high, 1-0. Let's go into that breaking ball early and often.
NJO, sophomore out of Mission College. Good take, 2-0. 368 average on the year. Got a couple RBIs, 5 walks as well. Only 3 strikeouts. We'll have to put together a good at-bat.
Another long hold from Hathaway. There's a 2-0. It's hit fairly well to left field. Notriano comes in, he makes the grab, and that retires the side. But not before the Snowbirds. Strike first, a couple hits, the big blow, the RBI double for Trey Sarmiento. So go to the bottom of the first inning, Bluesox looking to answer back. We're all set for the bottom of the first, ladies and gentlemen. Bluesox about to take their first at bat. They'll send Steven Murata, Joel Queimada, Joshua Notriano, the first 3 hitters. And they'll be facing off against Minya Kim. You know, Marshall, a chance for a lot of offense on both sides. 2 teams, the top 5 total offenses in the league. You have the Snowbirds, of course, league in stolen bases. Bluesox slugging all over the place. Both starting pitchers over 300 batting averages against them.
Yes, I think we are definitely going to see a relentless display of offense today.
This will be the 4th game that Minya Kim will be pitching. He's gone 4 2/3 innings, 7 earned runs to his credit, 4 walks, a couple strikeouts. Steven Murata digs in. Bluesox looking to answer back. First pitch swing is Murata, hits it foul at home plate.
Stevie Murata is a sophomore out of Cal State, LA. He is batting .350 coming into today with a couple of runs batted in. So he struck out 3 times, drawn 8 walks.
Bluesox is a team coming into today's game. Second lowest ERA is a team. Just 4.08. We have a nice race there from 2 on-deck batters trying to get the foul ball. That's always a fun thing to see, Marshall. Having fun. That's the point. That's why it's a grown man's game, but it's also a kid's game.
So it's keeps the kid in you alive. You know, it's important to remember that and have some fun.
So a ball, 2 strikes to count. Outside 2-2. Both pitchers very deliberate on the mound, taking their time between pitches. Snowbirds, the staff, also been relatively strong all season. 5.18 ERA. That's the 4th lowest in the entire league. So 2 great offenses and 2 pitching staffs that have most been very respectable. Outside 3-2. Another long look in from Kim. He set with the 3-2. That's in the dirt, ball 4. So Murata's on to lead off the game. Just as Dylan Bowie led off the game getting on base for the Snowbirds. So that brings up Joel Kimata, the right fielder. Bluesox will draw their share of walks. They're 4th in the entire league of getting on base via the walk with 60. Also been hit by a whopping 20 pitches this season.
Also worth knowing, just like Bowie, Murata coming into today's game with 8 strikeouts. So I have a feeling we're going to see some base left here.
North Star's not a team that draws a whole lot of walks. They're second from the bottom with 46. Only the Green Dragons trail them with 44.
The total stolen bases of the Bluesox ranking a solid 5th to come in today with 35 as a complete team.
That breaking ball's inside, 2-2. Gets away from Farwell for just a moment. Shortly at first right now for Murata. He runs well. So it's Jackson Hatcher, Omari Barksdale, Dylan Bowie, left center and right fielders. William Harrington, Jack Ray, Steve Outler, Joshua Pita, the infielders. Ty Farwell behind the plate, and of course Minyo Kim on the mound. The Snowbirds look to turn 2. Murata inches off. That's taken low, 3-0. That's a moment ago. Limited innings for Minyook Kim. Only 4 2/3 coming into it. So he's walked 4 men in those 4 innings. Small sample size to try and go off of course.
Yes.
That's what our analytics guys would say all the time. 3-0, you putting a take sign on here, Marcel? Especially after Murata walked.
I would definitely take.
Looks like he does take all the way, and he takes outside, ball 4. So back-to-back walks to start the game for Kim. Puts men on first and second for this powerful Bluesox lineup. Bluesox lineup at second in the entire league in slugging, just behind the Lumberjacks. Team OBS of close to 900. This was me on the mound. The field umpire was in on it too. I wonder what he had to say.
No, got something to do with the ball, or
I mean, I doubt he's looking for sticky stuff. It's not like he was checking. We're not checking hands or gloves here in the PSCL.
Yeah, don't have to worry about that.
Frank, if you want, you could probably just use some dirt from the mound. So that brings in Joshua Notrian as he digs into the left-handed batter's box. Men on first and second. Bluesox trail 1-0. There goes Murata from second. Following is Kimata. Throws to second, and he's saved. Both Outler and Jack Ray went to cover second base. Fortunate that Notrian let the pitch go by. So a double steal. How about that jump from Murata?
That was outstanding. I did not see that coming either. I just thought, settle for runners on the corners, but put the double steal in motion.
It was a late follow from Queimada, so it gave Farwell a chance to try and throw him out, ultimately not to happen. Let's take it inside 2-0. The Snowbirds will play back to concede a run. Chance for a big inning here for the Bluesox. And a 2-0 count to Notriano nonetheless. Set straight foul out of play left side. Notriano hitting .280, 3 doubles, 8 RBIs to his credit. OPS rated 800. They put him in the middle of this lineup for a reason. 2-1. Kim deals. That ball's back to Kim. He looks the runners back and over the first. So 1 out. If you're Minya Kim and the Snowbirds, can't ask for anything more than that, Marshall.
Ugh, that's got to be a relief. That was a long soft first out.
Especially walking the first 2 men, the double steal, falling behind 2-0 to Notriano.
Yes.
So that'll be Matthew Lawton. Try and answer, get a run across, hitting .400, couple doubles, 6 RBIs to his credit, whopping 7 walks. OPS well over 1100.
Freshman out of Cabrillo College. 400 average coming in today. Just a lot of it.
The infield playing back takes, I guess it's high, ball 1.
Outfield playing without normal. Center's playing particularly deep.
Looks like Scott Detweiler's getting up in the Snowbirds bullpen just in case. You know, they wanted to try and get Kim through 3 innings. That ball's fist out to first base on 1 hop. Going to the bag is Pita. A run will score. Joshua Pita takes a safe out. On a weakly hit ground ball, the Blue Sox are able to tie it up. Going to third on the play is Queimada. Kim got that one right in on the fist of Lawton, who swung at that 1-0 pitch, but just not hit quite hard enough for a play at the plate. The chance to try to get out of this inning if you're Kim, only allowing 1 run. Down second, third, nobody out. That brings Singh up. Matthew Singh, the catcher. So he takes high, ball 1.
Considering how the inning started, if you can get out of this with just 1 run, huge.
What's going on here at the play? Looks like Kim wanted a new baseball. Singh hitting .412. 8 RBIs, no extra base hits, 5 walks. Really high on base percentage, OPS 957.
This Blue Sox lineup is just pick your poison.
Outside 2-0. Both pitchers working very, very slowly
Very
on the
slow.
mound.
And the Blue Sox just getting ahead in every at-bat here.
Of course, it is normal if your base runners just slow down the pace a little bit.
Yes.
So that's in there 2-1. Yeah, it's a good observation you made, Marshall. Jackson Hatcher playing pretty deep in left field. Amari Barksdale very deep in center. And then you have Bowie and Wright who's playing very shallow. Breaking ball outside, gets away from front with a moment, not far enough. 3-1. Joe Queimada still hanging out at third. Looks like Detweiler stopped throwing in the Snowbirds bullpen at the moment. Now he's just standing out there talking. Probably just settled down because it doesn't look like quite as emergency of an inning. Hit hard to short, picked up. Oh, no, not picked up by Wright. Off his glove. Looked like he had his glove for a moment, kicks off of it. So Joe Queimada will cross the plate on the air. The Blue Sox take a 2-1 lead.
And it's a routine ground ball, just unable to come up with it.
Yeah, it was hit pretty hard, but it's an error nonetheless. Looks like that'll be Jeremy Gieseg coming out as a special pinch runner for the catcher Singh. Gieseg has not he's stolen 5 bases this season. Lefty on the mound, see if he'll try and take off with 2 outs. Good lead at first from Gieseg. He does not go. The first pitch is up and away to Christian Angulo.
Gieseg, a freshman. 320 coming in today. 7 runs batted in. Has struck out 9 times.
And there he goes. Throw down the second.
Hey,
And he's out.
got
He's a dead duck over at second base. Caught stealing is Jeremy Giseg. Good throw from Ty Farrell. That will retire the side. The Blue Sox answer back with 2 runs of their own here in the first inning without the need of a hit. They take advantage of a couple walks and an error. So we go to the top of the second. It's Blue Sox 2, Snowbirds 1. It's up for the top of the second inning, ladies and gentlemen. Snowbirds looking to answer back. They'll send Joshua Pita, Steve Adler, Jackson Hatcher to the plate against Taven Hathaway, putting up a couple hits and a run in the first. Pita in 278, he rips that one to left field, past the diving Lawton for a base hit. First pitch swinging is Joshua Pita, and he's aboard. That's a loud way to get the inning started.
Very. You can just hear that pop right off the bat.
Joshua Pita aboard with his 6th hit of the season.
And looks like he will be swapped out for a courtesy runner.
So I'll bring Steve Outler, the second baseman, to the plate. Without a man on first, inning 222, 1 RBI to his credit. He goes to the University of Maine. How about that? That's a long way from here. That's in the dirt. It gets away from Singh. Not much he can do. Pinch runner advances. You see who that was who came in, Marshall?
Come again?
You see who that was that came in to pinch run?
I did not.
We'll get you the name of that pinch run in a moment. I think that's Kevin Mueller. Mueller has stolen 5 bases this season. That time he advanced on the wild pitch. Not much Singh could do. That fastball is spiked in the dirt. So Snowbirds a chance to manufacture a run to tie it. Hathaway spins around and steps off. We saw him do that a few times in the first inning. Not the quickest work even with nobody on base, and both pitches really slowed down with men on base.
Very slow. They're taking their time today. Now the outfield coming in a good deal. Looks like all 3.
The time's called at home plate. As Outler steps out. Infield set up for a possibility of a bunt. Troy May and Matthew Lawton playing very shallow at the corners. Primo Vasquez trying to keep the runner close at second. Now first pitch is hit hard out to shortstop. Picked up by Murai. Rooks on her back over the first. And hanging onto the bag is Troy May. There's 1 out. Mueller not able to advance on the play.
That was a good play on a very hard hit ball. And we are anticipating a slugfest today. I mean, it's 2-1. The team that leads got their 2 runs without even recording a single hit.
That brings up Jackson Hatcher, the 8th man in the lineup, hitting a .130 this season, 4 RBIs, 1 double to his credit. Chance for an RBI right here to answer back. Breaking ball, strike 1. Hatcher does not square. Troy May was playing way in on the grass at first. Center fielder Angulo playing very shallow too.
He is.
Vasquez, king runner close. A check on throw back. Woo, almost had him. Miller did not slide going back into the base.
That was
Close play.
Very close.
So an 0-1 count to Hatcher. May still playing in on the grass. He is not square. It's outside. Throw behind the runner. Would have been another close play. The ball got away just for a moment. Ooh. I mean, look, Marshall, if you're Kevin Mueller, you're making the pitcher and even the catcher think about you, and that's energy taken away from the batter.
It is. He's doing a good job distracting him.
And a really good lead out there, too. Mentioned a moment ago, he's stolen 5 bases. We've already seen a double steal in the ball game. The 1-1, breaking ball, in there for strike 2. Hatcher thought that pitch was high, but it's a ball, 2 strikes nonetheless.
Murata really finding his zone there with that breaking ball. Time is
A
called.
long way from Hathaway, and time's called at home plate. Now he's set. 1 look back at the runner. We've got 2 looks back at the runner. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him on a high fastball. Hatcher goes down swinging. First strikeout of the game for Taven Hathaway. There's 2 outs. Big 2 outs right there after a leadoff batter got aboard and made his way over to second base. So that brings up Jack Ray, the 9th man in the order. Both teams batting 10. That's been the common practice in just about every PSCL game. Another big lead from Kevin Mueller at second. As he inches off further, and Hathaway steps off. Jack Ray's hitting .364 in the 9th spot of the order. Couple RBIs, no extra base hits as of yet. Whopping 10 stolen bases. Mentioning he was 3rd in the league in total stolen bases a moment ago. 0-1 to count.
And that breaking ball just on the outside.
I'm sure the Bluesox are well aware how much the Snowbirds like to run, because they're paying an awful lot of attention to their base runners. That ball's back towards the middle, picked up by the second baseman Vasquez over the first, and the Bluesox work out of the jam. So the Snowbirds get the leadoff man aboard with a hit and get him over to second base. But ultimately, they leave one over at second. So we go to the bottom of the second inning. Bluesox looking to add on to their 2-1 lead. To the bottom of the second we go. Blue Sox will try and add on to their 2-1 advantage. Also in search of their first hit. They'll send Christian Angulo, Jacob Culp, Primo Vasquez, Troy May, and Anthony Rojas, the first 5 scheduled hitters for the Blue Sox, to round out their 10-man lineup. Min-Hyuk Kim back out for his second inning of work. They're walking a couple, allowing one earned run, one unearned run to score. You start against the lefty Angulo. Good breaking ball in there, strike 1. Angulo hitting .269 this season. 1 home run, a couple doubles, 4 RBIs. Slugging well over .450. Part of this big slugging Blue Sox lineup. Another breaking ball. Pretty good swing from Angulo, but he hits it foul. Angulo tried to wait on that one.
Kim, aggressive to start this inning, but as we've seen, the pace could slow down. Blue Sox get anyone on base.
You've already seen Kim is willing to throw his breaking ball any part of the count. As he steps off, he wants his catcher Farwell to go through the signs again. Now he's set for the 0-2. He deals. Goes to the fastball, down and away, ball 1. Just last inning, Ty Farwell caught a man stealing. It's the 3rd man he's thrown out stealing. How about that? That was only the 9th stolen base attempt against him. It's among the very lowest in the league of guys even trying to run on him. Here's the 2-2. That ball's popped up a mile high, right side towards the line. Pita is over. He makes the call and puts it away in foul territory. There's one quick out. El Marshall, yesterday's early morning games, in both of them, there were at least 4 or 5 different times where a pop was hit on the right side and the players lost it in the sun and it dropped.
Can't blame him. The sun is especially ardent at this time of the morning.
Yeah, it looks like a relatively bright day. So that'll bring up Jacob Culp, the extra hitter. Well, that with 1 out and nobody on base. And he takes strike 1. Good sign from Kim. He walked the first man in the first inning. He's gotten ahead of both batters here in the second.
I like the aggression we're seeing out of Kim. Much more confident this time around.
So Culp's hitting a whopping .353. No extra base hits as of yet, a couple RBIs. Also a high walks guy. 6 walks this season, on base percentage well over .500. Spins that one over the first. Bobble for a moment by Pita, and he wins the race to the bag. Yes, out is the call by the umpire. He was pointing for an awfully long time, wanted to wait for the official call. Kim did a good job getting over, and you basically had both men at the first base bag at the same time. Pita the first baseman and Kim the pitcher.
Oh, that was close. On the umpire side, that's a tough call to make.
So 3-U on the putout. So Pita ultimately took it to the bag himself. And a quick 2 outs for Kim on the mound and the Snowbirds. So I'll bring up the second baseman, Primo Vasquez. So he takes strike 1. 3rd batter in a row that Kim's able to work ahead in the count.
Just sitting on that breaking ball.
Vasquez hitting .286, 2 doubles, 4 RBIs. We're going to try and get on base here. Blue Sox still looking for their first hit. That's in the dirt. It goes right to the backstop. Kim spikes that fastball in there. We saw Scott Detweiler of the Snowbirds warming up just last inning as Kim was getting in a little bit of trouble. Now the Snowbirds bullpen is quiet.
Looks like he'll be able to go. This rate should be able to go his at least 3 innings.
Yeah, from what we were told, they want to get him through 3. Another good breaking ball hit foul. I think Vasquez wanted that one back. That one was a little bit higher in the zone. 1-2 the count.
Outfield and infield both playing about normal proportions. Haven't had Trying to shift too much this inning.
Kim said with the 1-2. Breaking ball way outside 2-2. Marshall the Misters just came on. It's a beautiful sight.
Use that. This is heating up. It's already gotten up to 97 degrees.
Relatively thin crowd compared to most of the PSCL games that I've seen, Marshall.
It's kind of quiet today.
Actually, usually we see tons of umbrellas too. This time I only see one mini umbrella.
Yeah, this might be the smallest crowd we've seen yet, though we appreciate everyone who's come out to watch today.
It is free to come out for the PSCL games.
And catch them while you can. We only got a few left.
Well, the playoffs start on Wednesday the 6th, and the Sunday is the last day of the regular season, this Sunday the 3rd. That's off the end of that foul, still 2-2.
So if you're watching at home, and well, of course we greatly appreciate you watching at home, but come on out to the park if you can.
And of course, Marshall, can't forget about the All-Star game, Monday, Independence Night. 6 o'clock start time. The best of the best here in the 13-team PSCL field will take on the Power.
Cannot wait for that.
That could be a good game. Like, I really think the best of this group could knock up the Powers. That ball smoked in the center, and a nice running grab from Amari Barksdale. Read that one well off the bat. So a loud third out of the inning from Vasquez. Bluesox go down 1-2-3. Nice inning from Minya Kim. We'll go to the top of the third. Bluesox still lead 2-1. We're back for the top of the third, ladies and gentlemen. Snowbirds will send the bottom of the order to the plate. Jack Ray, Amari Barksdale, then the top, and Dylan Bowie are the three scheduled hitters. Taven Hathaway back out for his third inning of work. After allowing a run in the first, pitching a 1-2-3 second inning. So the field umpire needed an extra moment. Get things going. Probably just getting some water. That's always important, Marshall, especially out in the desert.
Oh, yes. Oh, these are getting hot out here.
First pitch to Ray is on the outside corner, according to the home plate umpire, strike one. Good sign from Hathaway, able to work ahead in the count. I mentioned earlier, Hathaway's only walked 3 men coming into this ballgame. He hasn't walked anybody yet today. He's been around the strike zone as he's ahead in the count 0-2.
Again, as we saw, the league-leading running game in the first inning, you definitely do not want to give too many runners to these Snowbirds.
That's down low, ball one. We saw Amari Barksdale make the nice play in center to end the second inning. That line drive off the bat of Primo Vasquez came off 87.5 miles per hour. I'm still amazed some of the rockets we've seen, Marshall, from these batters, even with wood bats.
We have seen some very hard-hit balls today.
That ball's hit softly out to short. Murata up with it, throws on the run! And he's out at first. Steven Murata, nice running play.
Beautiful play.
Steven Murata charged that ball in from shortstop, picked it up on the grass with his glove, and threw in one motion in time.
Tough out and getting Amari Barksdale out. Like I said, we saw what we did in center. Tight play, but he got him.
Speaking of Barksdale, he was the scheduled 10th hitter, but the Snowbirds are not sending him to the plate. Looks like that's Dylan Bowie coming up to bat. Unless I missed something, we're actually back at the top of the order. Yeah, it's Dylan Bowie. Singled and scored, stole a base his first time up. Marshall, do you have Barksdale due up?
No, I was at Bowie.
Oh, alright. Well, it's been a long summer. So Barksdale grounded out to short. Bowie's behind in the count 0-2. His time's called at home plate. Full day of PSCL action. The A's and the Green Dragons. For the first game of the day over the turf field, they started at 8:30 Pacific time. A's came into today tied at first with the Bluesox and Lumberjacks at 10-3. After this game, we'll have the Colonials and the North Stars. Different links, same YouTube channel. Palm Springs Collegiate League. 1-2 to Bowie. Fastball just missed. 2-2 the count. Bowie trying to get on base again with one out and nobody on. Hathaway settled in pretty nicely after allowing a couple hits in the first.
He has really finding that outside corner.
Bowie able to work it back to a 3-2 count.
And Hathaway go back to the breaking ball here. Look out in center. Center fielder playing very shallow.
Yeah, that's where Angulo's been playing most of the day. No Triano playing relatively deep in left. Joe came out a little more shallow in right. 3-2 hit foul. Good at bat from Bowie. Fell behind 1-2. He's worked it back full. It looks like all the summer sports are in action. I saw a cross-country practice that's taken high, ball 4. Bowie's on base. Looks like I've seen football practices in some of the fields past the right field wall, Marshall.
No joy to
Of course,
see.
of course, the turf field right behind right field for other PSCL games.
A lot going on.
I'll bring up Will Harrington. He lined out sharply to center in the first inning. Now he'll bat with Bowie over at first. Already an aggressive lead. Mentioned a few times, Snowbirds the team leader in stolen bases. They overtook the A's, who have led by a long way for most of the season. Another breaking ball, strike 1. Bowie 5th in the league in stolen bases coming into today. Now up to 9. As he stole a base in the first. That's upstairs, ball 1.
Harrington comes in today with one of the smaller averages by far on the Snowbirds, batting just 187. But coming in today, he has 9 walks.
And you know, Hathaway's trying to manage the running game. We're seeing that's why he's varying his paces to the plate as he'll check on the runner there. Mixing up his throwovers and long holds.
Do you think
There's good reason why he's slowing down a lot with runners on base. Another good lead from Bowie. He does not go. He just taken up the way for a strike. 1-2.
Kind of a surprise call.
Harrington not happy with that strike call.
Yeah, it did look.
He's not one of the taller hitters to begin with.
It did look a bit high, but nonetheless.
Oh, we can't exactly see high and low the same way the umpire can. 1-2 the count. Blue Sox look to turn 2. That's low, 2-2. See one of our analytics guys by the third base coach's spot. Looks like he was giving him some tutorials on swinging a bat. The coach was to the analytic guy. That'd be a little weird if the analytic guy was showing the coach how to swing a bat.
That would be quite the opposite.
There goes Bowie. Pitch taken high. A throw down.
He's in.
The throw's late. 10 stolen bases this season for Bowie. Now he's tied for 3rd in the entire league with Jack Ray, his teammate. 2nd stolen base of the day. Good pitch to throw on for Singh, and a pretty decent throw, just late. So the count's now full. Another aggressive lead from Bowie at second. As he inches off, the 3-2. Breaking ball on the inside corner, a called strike 3. Harrington can't believe the call. He thought it was inside, but 2 outs nonetheless. Second strikeout of the day for Hathaway.
Definitely some close calls in that at-bat.
That brings up Ty Farwell. He grounded out back to the mound his first time up. Snowbirds have the tying run over at second base. Bowie runs well. A base hit should score him, especially with 2 outs. Another long looking from Hathaway. Now he comes set. Shorter lead this time from Bowie at second. First pitch swinging in the dirt. It gets away. And going to third is Bowie. Excellent secondary lead. He advances on the wild pitch. Ball didn't get that far away from Singh, but just far enough. And Bowie made it standing up.
Bowie just incredible on base running. So he could just go on just about any pitch.
So 0-1 the count. Farrell swung through the breaking ball. Now, frankly, Marshall, if you're Hathaway and Singh, you got to be careful of bouncing another one.
You really do. You're especially be careful.
That fastball is at the knee. Strike 2. Farwell not happy.
I was just about to say, against a batter who doesn't strike out a lot, but you got him on the ropes now 0-2.
It's a couple times now this inning, Snowbirds hitters have not agreed with the calls at home plate.
It does seem like a fairly permissive strike zone. I've seen a lot of tight strike zones in the PSCL so far this year.
0-2 the count. Here's the pitch. That's in the dirt. 1-2. Farwell looking to tie the game for the Snowbirds. Scored 1 run in the first. Bluesox answered back with a couple of their own in their half of the first. The 1-2. Way upstairs 2-2. Singh had to reach up there just to grab it. Nobody up in either bullpen. So we'll see Kim come back out for the third. Waiting on deck is Sarmiento. Here's the 2-2. Breaking ball. Good take from Farwell. Hathaway tried to go down and in with it, and the count's full. Farwell fell behind 0-2 the count. He's worked it all the way back. First base is open, but Sarmiento hit that big double in the first. So he waits on deck. Here's the 3-2. Hit foul left side. Mars, this is an excellent at-bat from Farwell.
Fantastic at-bat. Again, coming into the day with just 1 strikeout against 5 walks. Knows how to make the pitcher work.
Hathaway said again, the 3-2. Swung on and missed. And the throw down the first is in time to finish off the strikeout. As that retires the side here in the third inning for the Snowbirds. So they get a base runner, get him all the way over the third, but Hathaway able to work out of the jam with 2 big strikeouts. We go to the bottom of the third inning. Bluesox still clinging to that 2-1 lead. Here we go for the bottom of the third, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see the bottom of the order for the Blue Sox. Troy May, Anthony Rojas, and in the top, Steven Murata, the first three scheduled hitters. Min-Hyuk Kim back out for his third inning of work. He is scheduled to go 3 today. That's exactly what the Snowbirds want. Looks like the Snowbirds are going to send somebody out walking to the bullpen to start throwing just in case. Looks like it's Detweiler again. First pitch to Troy May, in there for strike one. Both pitchers done a good job working ahead in the count after a tough first inning.
Exactly.
May hitting .238 this season. 1 double, a couple RBIs. High walks guy, he's drawn 5 of them. On base percentage of .385.
And both pitchers since that first inning getting ahead in the count and relying on that breaking ball in particular.
Another good breaking ball 0-2. I wonder what the splits are, but it looks like Kim's been throwing majority breaking balls, especially since the first inning.
No, it definitely has.
0-2 to May. Goes to the fastball, he gets him swinging. 3 pitches goes Troy May, and there's 1 out. First strikeout of the game for Min-Hyuk Kim. So that brings up Anthony Rojas, 10th man in the order. Rojas hitting .312. 3 doubles, 5 RBIs. Slugging .500, OPS just shy of .900. So he takes outside ball 1. So far, Marsh, we've seen good control from both pitchers. Outside the first two batters of the game from Kim, he hasn't walked anybody. And no walks. And no walks from Taven Hathaway. Only 1 walk. 1 walk from Hathaway.
Very good control.
And we noticed it's a lot easier to try and string together rallies if pitchers are walking guys. Swinging and miss, another breaking ball, 1-2.
Breaking stuff continuing to be effective here.
Now, it's going to be a quick playoffs, Marshall. Looks like the championship game is going to be Friday the 8th.
I cannot wait. May just got a piece of that one. Stay alive.
That was interesting. The home plate umpire gave the sign as if, or the signal as if it was a foul tip caught by the catcher.
But got away.
Wait, did he ring him up?
No, he's still alive at 1-2. Infield and outfield playing about normal depth.
Detweiler continues throwing in the Snowbirds bullpen. Nobody up in the Blue Sox. So that pitch is swung on and missed. Farwell will deposit over the first. Ooh, low throw. Wow. Dug out by Pita. Good play by him. So second straight strikeout is ultimately finished off. Got interesting for just a moment.
Gets the out nonetheless. Going back to that breaking ball.
So that'll bring up the top of the order, Steven Murata. He walked, stole a base, and scored in the first. Part of that 2-run outburst for the Blue Sox. Blue Sox still without a hit, yet they lead 2-1. 2 walks to start the game for the Blue Sox. They're aided by a double steal, an RBI ground out, and an error. As Murata swings and misses 0-1. Kim's been solid ever since.
He has.
He's retired 5 men in a row. Set down the side in order in the second.
Looking for another 1-2-3 right here.
And the 1's on the outside corner, strike 2. Good fastball. It's keeping these Blue Sox hitters guessing. Blue Sox team that's second best offense coming into today.
Anticipating a slugfest to break out, but it's got to happen so far.
The 0-2. That ball's hit out to right field, foul. Going with a fastball in the inner half. Honestly, Marsh, this is a really impressive outing we've seen from Min-Hyuk Kim. It'll likely be his last inning.
And if so, what a way to end.
We set again. 2 outs, nobody on base here in the bottom of the 3rd. That pitch swung on and missed. Min-Hyuk Kim has struck out the side in order. 1, 2, 3 go the Bluesox. He's gone 3 innings. Just 1 earned run. He's not allowed to hit. That's the end of the day for Min-Hyuk Kim. It was an impressive outing. We go to the top of the 4th. Bluesox still lead 2-1. Ladies and gentlemen, to our pleasant surprise, we are in the middle of a pitcher's duel right now. Blue Sox put up 2 runs in their home half of the 1st, and the Snowbirds had 1 of their own in their top half of the 1st inning, and we go to the top of the 4th, still just 2-1. Taven Hathaway still on the mound for the Blue Sox. He's set for his 4th inning of work. We saw it might be the end of the day for Min-Hyuk Kim, going 3 for the Snowbirds. So it'll be Trey Sarmiento, Min Jae-yo, Joshua Pita, the 3 scheduled hitters. Sarmiento at that big RBI double for the Snowbirds only run in the 1st. First pitch from Hathaway is a breaking ball low. Here's the 1-0. Ooh, check swing. And he did go around, according to the field umpire. It's 1-1. Nasty breaking ball from Hathaway. Nobody up in either bullpens. This is clearly Hathaway's game right now. Wonder if I spoke too soon on behalf of Min-Hyuk Kim, Marshall. Wonder if they will actually send him out for the 4th.
I think he's earned it.
Because Scott Detweiler was warming up during the 3rd. If he were coming to the game, though, I'd expect to see him warming up right now. Maybe it will be Kim. I wouldn't mind seeing the pitcher's duel continue. 3 straight breaking balls, it's 2-1. Both starters going to their off-speed early, often, and then a little more.
See if Hathaway can hit the edge of the zone like he has so well for most of this game.
You know, I never liked hitting against pitchers who threw their off-speed stuff all the time. Here's the 2-1. Fastball! Ripped foul to down the right field line towards the athletic trainer's tent. Hopefully they have their eyes open. So the count now 2-2. So far, the only offense, just 3 hits on the board for the Snowbirds. All of them coming in the first. 2 of them coming in the first, 1 coming in the second. That ball's back towards the middle softly. Coming on is Murata over the first. And he pulls May off the bag. So a break for the Snowbirds. They get the leadoff man aboard on the throwing error.
First error of the day for the Blue Sox.
An error apiece for both teams. Besides that, it's been an extremely clean ball game in the field.
It has. And now wondering if the Snowbirds offense can erupt here. Leadoff man aboard.
They sent a pinch runner out there for Sarmiento. We'll get you his name as soon as we can. Tough to tell from where I was. It looked like Sarmiento might have been walking off a little bit gingerly. I'm not going to assume anything. It just... For all we know, maybe it was just his normal gait. Good fastball in the inside corner, strike one. That's Caden Stillwell over at first. He's stolen 7 bases. Relatively shortly at first, he inches off further. He does not go, fastball outside. Seems like every time that the Snowbirds have gotten a base runner aboard, Marshall, they've made Hathaway work that much harder on the mound, just trying to keep him close.
Especially Dylan Bowie. He's been able to get in his head.
And check on the runner. Said that a lot today.
Try and slow Hathaway's rhythm down.
So Hathaway set, a long hold, trying to vary his deliveries way up and in, 2-1. Yo had to dance away from that one. Amazing thing about Caden Stillwell was even with 7 stolen bases, he's only 3rd on the team. Of course, you have Jack Ray and Dylan Bowie leading the pack. That ball's popped up right over our heads. 2-2 the count. You know, Marshall, when Nash and I were in here a few days ago, we had a foul ball come back towards us. It hit right off the top of that wall, kind of right in front of us, like the edge of our little table.
Wow. Of course, we've had a few. You've been there before. We've had a few go into the PA booth.
Yeah, we have a dent in the wall of the PA booth. Then I dropped one as the PA announcer.
Still waiting.
I want another chance. I mean, but we're slowly running out of games here in Palm Springs.
I don't have a gift for us announcers.
So 2-2 count. Bowie. Oh, still they got Stillwell picked off. He went on first move in the throw over. Oh my goodness,
But
he
he got
saved.
it.
Jeez. So a blown rundown attempt from the Bluesox. They had him dead to rights. The throw to second base was late. So I guess he had. I'll check with the our resident analytic people, but that's probably a stolen base. Yes, that is technically a stolen base. How about that? Well, it's an interesting way for Stillwell. He has 8 stolen bases this season.
Snowbirds.
Every once in a while, when you have good speed, you get awarded for getting picked off. So 2-2, nobody out, and a man on second. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Yo swings right through that. There's 1 out.
That's a good rebound by Hathaway. Yeah, they absolutely had him there.
So that'll bring Joshua Pita to the plate. He singled and is only at bat in the second. Snowbirds trying to tie the game up. Even though they're out hitting the Blue Sox have not recorded it. Oh, they might have been picked off again. The throw goes into center field. Wow! Stillwell's going to go to third. Stillwell was going back in, standing up. It was a good daylight play from Hathaway, spinning around in his delivery. The throw was just way wide and in the center. So second error of the inning for the Blue Sox. That one will have to be charged to Hathaway. And a base run over at third has been gift wrapped for the Snowbirds. The Blue Sox bring the infield all the way in now to try and preserve their lead. Runs might be tough to come by the rest of the day. The first pitch to Pete is in there, strike 1. Hathaway goes to the breaking ball. Marks, would you think about sitting breaking ball if you're a lot of these hitters?
Yes, that's what I'm looking for. I'd look for another ride here.
Everyone all the way into that Blue Sox infield, the 0-1. Popped up. Wow, can't ask for more than that. Hathaway makes the call and he puts it away just in front of home plate. My goodness. You went with the fastball up and into Pita, and Pita hit that one right up the elevator chute. So P1 in your scorebooks. There's 2 outs, and now it's down to Steed Outler. Ground out to short his first time up. The infield can back all the way up now. Oh, one of our other resident analytics guys, Marshall, he's back out on the field with his favorite third base coach.
Been chatting it up all game.
They're good friends. That breaking ball's high, ball one. You know, I feel like it'd be very distracting if I just had somebody following me around while I'm trying to coach. But I guess they get along more than well enough that he allows it. The 1-0. Whoa, big swing and a miss. Had Outler fooled there on that breaking ball in the dirt. So 1-1's the count. Interesting inning to say the least. Trey Sarmiento reached on a throwing error. Then Caden Stillwell came in to run for him. He stole second. Well, he stole second after initially getting picked off and a failed rundown attempt. Then a pickoff play at second. The ball went into center field, so Stillwell took third. A strikeout, pop up to the pitcher, and now 2-1 with 2 outs. Interesting scoreline for the Bluesox. 2 runs, 2 errors, no hits. Yet they lead. Baseball's a fun game, I tell you what.
Yeah, it's going to be weird like that.
2-1, on the outside corner, strike 2.
Hathaway getting back to that.
Another Snowbirds hitter not happy with the strike zone. Outler thought that was outside.
It's definitely been one of the more unpredictable strike zones we've seen so far in the PSCL this year.
2-2 the count nonetheless, as time's called. Both pitchers have been very deliberate all day, especially with men on base. Hathaway set. He deals the 2-2. On the ground towards the middle. Murata's over. He's up with it. The throw to first.
He's safe!
Oh, what's the call here?
They're saying he's safe.
Safe is the call over at first. It was a close play. The ball was dropped by Troy May. I'm not sure if that'll be called a hit or an error, whether it would be in the throw or not. And it will go down as an infield hit. So the 4th hit of the day, ultimately, for the Snowbirds. And so that will go down as an RBI for Outler. And ultimately, the Snowbirds have just tied the game. Great hustle from Outler. Murata did all he could. It wasn't the hardest hit ball up the middle. He got a lot on the throw.
And it seems the right call for that to be a hit. It's just so close. Still been a
It
rough.
looked like the field umpire called him safe regardless. He didn't give any extra signal after the ball was dropped.
Yes.
I have a good runner over at first. Big lead from Outler. The count's 1-0 to Jackson Hatcher. He struck out his first time up. He swings and misses there. Woo! He got way out there. Some wild, wild west base running for the Snowbirds. They've drawn all sorts of throws and attention from Hathaway and the catcher Singh. Well, this is surprising. Outler has not stolen a base yet this season. He's been caught stealing once. He runs extremely well. He's on first now. It's a 2-1 count to Hatcher. Outler does not go, and the pitch is at the knees, strike 2.
Hathaway going back to that excellent breaking ball. I think he'll go to the fastball on this pitch.
Long looking from Hathaway, 2-2 the count. That pitch is swung on and missed. Hatcher goes down swinging, and that finally retires the side. But not before the Snowbirds able to tie the game. They recorded an infield hit. The run is unearned. All sorts of strange action on the base paths, to say the least. But either way, we go to the bottom of the 4th. We're now tied at 2, and the Bluesox will search for their first hit. We're set for the bottom of the fourth inning, ladies and gentlemen. We are being treated to quite a pitcher's duel. Queimada, Notriano, Lawton, the scheduled hitters for the Blue Sox. And look who it is, Min-Hyuk Kim, back out on the mound for the fourth inning. There was nobody warming up in the previous frame in the top half of the fourth. We were told that Kim was only supposed to go the first 3 innings, but I guess he's been so good today and so efficient, especially after the first, that they're sending him back out there.
He has earned it. He's pitched excellently the past couple of innings.
And
after a rough first.
nobody up in the Snowbirds bullpen, so it's his ball game. Even though he's allowed 2 runs, 1 earned, 1 unearned, Kim is not allowed to hit yet. See if that changes. That's out to center field. Barksdale over, and he puts it away. Got a good jump on that.
It is. Cap came flying right off.
It's the second nice grab we've seen Barksdale make out in center field.
Yeah, he has been very nimble in that center.
So that brings up Joshua Notriano. Bounced out back to the mound his first time up. This is absolutely a huge game, especially for the Blue Sox. Came into today tied with the A's and the Lumberjacks. That ball's hit a mile high out to center field. Barksdale comes sprinting in, Outler out, and it's Barksdale!
Who else but Barksdale? His cap flying
How
off.
about that play?
His cap flying off for the second play in a row. He was the furthest away from that ball, but naturally he'd be the one to get it.
Oh, an excellent running grab, great closing speed. There's 2 outs just like that. Min-Hyuk Kim will gladly take it.
Beautiful.
So that brings up Matthew Lawton. Bounced out to first, his only at bat. Did lead to an RBI back in the first inning. And that's the entire offense from the Blue Sox so far today. No hits from the second best lineup in the entire league.
Baseball is such a curiosity like that.
First pitch way outside, ball 1. Nobody up in the Blue Sox bullpen either, so my prediction is we'll see Hathaway come back out.
I feel much the same.
Goes to the breaking ball, and on the outside corner, 1-1. So we take a look at the standings. So of course we mentioned Lumberjacks, Blue Sox, A's, all 10-3. Grizzly are the next closest team at 7-5, so a full 2.5 games back. Really slim chances of them catching any of the top 3 teams. Top 3 seeds overall get a first-round bye in the playoffs.
Interesting.
And of course, you want home field advantage. The A's are playing right now on the turf field. At 2-1 is ripped foul down the left field line towards the batting cages. Good swing from Lawton, just got a little too far inside for him to keep it fair.
Kim working excellently this inning. I have a hunch it's going to end with a running grab by Barksdale. Only fitting.
Kim set once again, the 2-2. Got him swinging! Change up on the outside part of the plate. 1, 2, 3, go the Blue Sox. Min-Hyuk Kim has been excellent through 4 innings. He has not allowed a hit, just 1 earned run. How about this pitcher's duel? We go to the top of the 5th, tied at 2. Here we go for the top of the 5th inning. Hathaway back out there. He started the game. He's allowed just one earned run so far. Run the previous inning, of course, unearned. Jack Ray, Amari Barksdale, Dylan Bowie, the scheduled hitters.
This game has been kind of an upside-down day. 2 pitchers have given up a lot of runs this season, locked in a pitcher's duel.
And both teams top 5 offenses. First pitch, on the outside corner, strike 1. Well, that's definitely helped. It's been a big strike zone on both sides.
The biggest, honestly, probably the biggest strike zone I've seen all year in PSCL action.
Bluesox still without a hit through 4 innings. Yeah, here we are tied at 2. As far as timing is concerned, 2-hour time limit. It's a good chance we might actually go 7.
I think we might. The game was a bit languid to start. Pitchers have locked it in.
We've had our fair share of ties throughout the season, too.
Including one that ended on a throw at home to preserve a tie. It was amazing.
So you've worked one of those tie games?
Yes.
Okay,
I believe that was the Colonials and the Dragons. It was a throw at home to preserve the tie. Would have been a walk-off win otherwise.
I have not worked a tie yet. I also haven't seen a home run yet. That ball's out to left center field. Coming on is Notriano.
Oh!
Diving! He makes the catch! Left gem Joshua Notriano. And just like that, there's one out here in the 5th inning. What a play!
Seeing some great defense.
You know, we've seen a whole lot of good, a lot of bad, a little bit of ugly. Makes for a classic ball game.
It does.
Well, now bring up Amari Barksdale, the 10th hitter. He's 0 for 1 today. So he'll try and get on base. If you're Bluesox, you're more than happy to keep the Snowbirds off base, the way they run like crazy. And Notriano plays all over the place. A lot of innings at second base, also in left. Last time he played the stadium, had 3 really, really good plays in the field. Big hop, good play by Lawley. Across the diamond, in time, 2 outs. Ball took a real funny hop at the end right there on Matthew Lawton. He played it real nicely on the glove side. Back to the top of the order we go. 3rd time through the lineup. Our analytics guys talk all about that, much to my chagrin. So Bowie's 1 for 1. He walked, stole a base, and scored in the first. He singled in the first, excuse me, and he walked, stole a base in the 3rd. So this is a guy you want to keep off base if you're Hathaway. That's upstairs.
Worth noting, the Bluesox defense, after a couple errors in the prior inning, really looking much better this time around.
Hey, Marshall, I assume if Bowie gets on you, you have to try and steal second.
He's got to.
Just the struggle it's been to try and get anything going offensively. And frankly, they've run the bases pretty well. Breaking ball, strike 1. Or at the very least, taking advantage of some interesting defense from the Bluesox, trying to manage the running game. So 2 outs, nobody on base, top of the 5th. We're tied at 2. Breaking ball way outside. Snowbirds, just 4 hits. And only 1 walk surrendered from Taven Hathaway. He's been tremendous.
And only 1, there were no hits by the Bluesox. It's just hard to believe. They are still...
Marshall, guess what? Nobody's up in the bullpen. We're going to see Min-Young Kim again.
Wow.
He was only supposed to go 3 innings. So that's foul out of play towards the athletic trainer's tent, banging off the tent. So 2-2. And only 7 combined strikeouts from both pitchers, frankly. So the defenses have been able to work, and it's cool to watch. The 2-2, right down the chute, called strike 3 looking. 6th strikeout of the game for Taven Hathaway. He's through 5 innings, just 1 earned run allowed. So we'll go to the bottom of the 5th. Bluesox will take their chance to try and take the lead. Pitcher's duel continues as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Who else but Minya Kim back out on the mound. Still not allowing a hit. Matthew Singh, Christian Angulo, Jacob Kalt, the scheduled hitters. Singh reached on an error and was caught stealing in the first.
And by far his highest inning total for the year. If you can get through this, his 5th inning work, his prior high was 3.
That ball's hit hard, and that's in there for a base hit. Well, the old announcer's curse played out right there. Singh aboard to lead off the inning with a base hit.
We kept noting the Blue Sox hitless until that one. Now they can get that offense in motion.
And he got a fastball towards the middle of the plate, and he hit it hard.
And it'll be a courtesy runner.
And Jeremy Gisek back out to pinch run for the 2nd time today. That'll bring up Christian Angulo. He popped out to first his only at bat. Wonder if we'll see a bunt here, Marshall.
I think we will.
Our analytics guys hate bunting. We haven't seen many bunts. We can understand that because it's summer league, but run's been tough to come by. So that's high ball 1.
The old-fashioned baseball fan, I love bunting.
For what's worth, Angulo did not square as he took that first pitch ball. Granted, Gisek does run well at first, and a good lead. He takes high. So 2-0 the count. Marshall, what are you looking for here as a hitter?
I think I'm going to look for a breaking ball. Down and away.
Check on the runner. Ooh, he just got back safely. Gisek chose to go in standing up. Pretty good move from Kim as he just stepped off and flicked it over there. For the 3rd time today, Scott Detweiler's warming up in the Snowbirds bullpen. Another check on the runner. Right now, the Snowbirds infield not expecting a bunt. Harrington about even with the bag at 3rd. And not squaring as Angulo takes strike 1, 2, and 1. Mark Barksdale playing pretty deep out in center. Even Jackson Hatcher in left playing fairly deep with a lefty at the plate.
Yeah, they're all playing deep.
That's a little outside, 3 and 1. Opportunity here with the Blue Sox. Leadoff single, Angulo heading the count 3 and 1, nobody out. Here's the pitch from Kim. Breaking ball, strike 2. Angulo doesn't like the call. We've seen that a few times. It's been consistent both sides at least, but a big strike zone.
Very big strike zone, yeah. Not a lot of happy hitters with that. I have the feeling Gisek will go here.
Similar lead to the other pitches.
There
Gisek
he
takes
goes.
off. The 3-2. That's ripped into center field. It'll get down for a base hit. Gisek going to 3rd. The throw from Barksdale. That's high and over his head. And it goes into the Blue Sox dugout, we think. Yes, Jeremy Gisek will be awarded home plate. Angulo goes up to 2nd. The Blue Sox take a 3-2 lead. How about that? Angulo hit it hard in the center field. Gisek was running on the pitch. He was able to read it, dropping in center. He took off for 3rd. Might have been bang over 3rd. Barksdale threw it high and into the dugout. And now it's a 3-2 lead for the Blue Sox.
And that aggression by Gisek, it paid dividends. And it was really a gutsy effort by Barksdale. He's been great defensively today. It can't be said enough. But
so this will be an interesting one to score. So let's see. It's a base hit, of course. And an error on the center fielder, Barksdale, to allow the run to score and for Angulo to go to 2nd. And it's got the good job from our analytics guys. They're nice people.
we can't thank them enough.
You know, it's good. There's a good reason why the coach just lets one of them just kind of hang out with them the entire game and bother them. I'm just kidding about the bothering part. I wouldn't know. I'm not down there. Nice people. Even if they also don't like small ball. So Colt's batting now. Grounded out to first is only at bat. He did not square with a man second nobody out. That's in the dirt. Good play by Farwell. That fastball was spiked by Kim. Farwell kept it around the plate, keeping Angulo at second. So 2 errors for each team. Blue Sox at back-to-back hits. There are only 2 hits of the game so far. Kim's still out there on the mound. Detweiler's throwing a little bit more now in the Snowbirds bullpen. That ball's hit hard in the right field. That'll drop in for a base hit in front of Bowie. Angulo have to hold up at third. It was a nice deke play there from Dylan Bowie, pretending like he was going to catch it. But either way, it's first and third, nobody out, and that's going to be it for Min-Hyuk Kim. Maybe just a couple batters too long, an excellent outing nonetheless.
Really, again, he did not allow a hit until this inning, but
So Min-Hyuk Kim exits. We'll get some well-deserved congratulations from his teammate and our resident analytic guy, giving him a high five. We'll be back with a new pitcher in just a moment. So we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Here we stand in the bottom of the 5th inning. 3 consecutive singles and a throwing error have allowed the Blue Sox to take a 3-2 lead. And as Min-Hyuk Kim exits after going 4+ innings, he's allowed 3 runs, 2 of them, well, we'll see how many they'll be earned. Both runners on first and third are his responsibility nonetheless. New pitcher Scott Detweiler. He's been excellent. 14 innings so far to his credit. This will be the 6th game he's pitched in. 2.57 ERA, a whopping 16 strikeouts, only 2 walks. He delivers the first pitch in there, strike 1 to Primo Vasquez. He lined out sharply to center his first time up. Another line drive like that should give the Blue Sox a 2-run lead.
well, they finally gotten the offense going. Hitless through the first 4 frames of the day. Now 3 hits in this inning.
Ball's hit hard to third, under the glove of Harrington, down the left field line. Angulo scores. Rounding third is Colt. He's gonna score standing up. Now it's a 5-2 lead for the Blue Sox as we await the official scoring on that play. It was hit hard right under the glove of Will Harrington. And that will go down as an RBI double for Primo Vasquez, the 4th consecutive hit this inning for the Blue Sox, and they lead 5-2. That's quite a way to be greeted on the mound coming right out of the bullpen.
It is.
So the line's now complete. In that case, for Min-Hyuk Kim, he's allowed 5 runs, 4 of them earned. Only 3 hits. Just a couple walks.
It really was only a matter of time before this league-leading Blue Sox offense came alive.
Now it's Troy May. He struck out his only at bat. He's ahead 1-0. Vasquez over at second base. Good lead out there at second. As May bloops that one right side, and that'll drop foul. Just not high enough for Pita to get over there and make a play. A lot of room in foul territory all the way around.
Blue Sox offense heating up along with the temperature. It's now 101. Oh, these misters are making a good difference.
Vasquez only 1 stolen base to his credit this season. The 1-1 swung on and missed by May, 1-2. We'll expect to see Taven Hathaway come back out for the 6th. Nobody's up in the Blue Sox bullpen. Here's the 1-2 from Detweiler. Up and away, 2-2. So the next game here at Palm Springs Stadium will be the Colonials taking on the North Stars. 2 of our resident analytics guys will get their chance at managing the ball game. So to them, it'll be their Game 7 of the World Series as they face off. Curious to see what their strategies are. That ball is chopped way up in the air out to second. Outler handles it over the first. There's 1 out. Going to third is Vasquez. So a productive at bat nonetheless from Troy May, even as he fell behind 2 strikes. So now it'll be Rojas, so the man at third and 1 out, and it looks like the Snowbirds infield will come all the way in. It looks like actually, yep, now the middle infielders are coming all the way in. Blue Sox have put up 3 runs in the inning, take a 3-run lead. Snowbirds, especially the way Hathaway's pitching, can't afford to let it get away from them too much. 0-1 the count. Now, Marshall, what kind of strategy do you think we'll see from our resident analytic crew in the next ball game?
I think we'll see a lot of consultation with the pitchers between each at bat.
Whoa, that pitch behind, and it looks like it did get a piece of Rojas. That's only the 3rd batter that Detweiler's hit all season. We mentioned only 2 walks during his time on the mound here in Palm Springs. That one just got away. So first and third with 1 out. Back to the top of the order we go. It's Stevie Murata. Walked, stole a base, scored in the first, struck out in the third. Now the middle infielders will back up and play double play death. Hit hard out to second base. Past Steve Outler in there for a base hit. Crossing the plate is Vasquez. Is now 6-2. Stopping at second is Rojas. Thought for a moment that'd be a chance to double play, but just hit too hard and not enough time for Outler to get over to get it.
We've seen 2 very hard hit balls and sending just under the gloves of 2 infielders.
5 hits here in the 5th inning for the Blue Sox and 4 runs as the offense has come alive. 2nd best offense statistically in the entire league. First pitch swing is Queimada. That's in the air, shallow center. Barksdale coming on. He dives. He can't get it. Station to station go the base runners. That'll load the bases with 1 out. Excellent effort from Barksdale. He came in a long way to get it. He was playing relatively deep.
It looks a little shaken up there, but he's up. Have to walk it off a bit.
That might have landed just a little bit awkwardly.
Yeah.
But he's not calling on the athletic trainer or anything like that. Might also be just a little frustrated he couldn't get to that play. He did all he could. Excellent effort.
It's just perfectly placed hit. Barksdale has been a gazelle out there. It's running all over the place.
So now a really dangerous territory for the Snowbirds. They already trail by 4, and the Blue Sox still have the bases loaded with 1 out. 6 hits in the inning. It's a dangerous Joshua Notrano will bat. He hits the first pitch foul. He's 0 for 2 today. And good speed all the way around on the bases for the Blue Sox. A base hit could put this out of reach. And now we've started to think about the time limit. Around 15 minutes, give or take a little bit left as far as the time limit's concerned. 2 hours for each game. Also 7 innings, whichever comes first. Granted, on a few occasions we have seen that rule broken.
Yeah.
I haven't been a part of any of those games, but I've heard about them. No trouble behind the count 0-2. Strikeout would be huge here for Detweiler.
Blue Sox just so quiet for most of the day, but they have shown why they are the top gun offensively in this inning.
Hit foul again. Pretty good swing that time from Notriano. That foul ball hit something out there, Marshall. I don't think it was far enough to get to a car.
Definitely sounded like it rattled around the bleachers a bit.
Scott Detweiler set the 0-2 again. Goes the breaking ball, and that got Notriano right in the arm. How about that break for the Blue Sox? Had him down 0-2, a breaking ball just too far inside, hit him, and that forces in a run. Crossing the plate there is Rojas.
The line keeps moving.
Second batter that Scott Detweiler's hit this inning. So it's now 7-2 Blue Sox. Goes to show how impressive Min-Yup Kim was through 4 innings. His longest outing of the season, he went 4 innings of no-hit baseball.
Crazy.
Well, even Detweiler's coming, who's been excellent all season. He's been hit around a little bit. So now the 10th man of the plate coming up for the Blue Sox. They batted around. It's Matthew Lawton. Ground out softly in the first, which drove in a run. Struck out in the 4th. He's 0 for 2, and he takes strike 1. Notrano at first, Queimada at second, Stevie Murata at third. It's time's call in the field. Singh started off the inning with a hit, and Christian Angulo singled. Special pincher Jeremy Giesig was sent in for Matthew Singh. That pitch towards the middle. This could be 2. To second for 1 over the first, and that will be in time for a double play, and that finally retires the side. But not before the Blue Sox busted open out of nowhere. 5 runs crossed the plate on 6 hits. Took advantage of a couple of hit batters as well. We go to the top of the 6th inning. Blue Sox now in full control. Well, Marshall, here we are in the top of the 6th inning, and all of a sudden, it's getting very late for the Snowbirds. As they trail by 5, only 6 outs to play with, and depending on the time limit, for all we know, this could be their last set of at-bats. Taven Hathaway back on the mound for his 6th inning of work. He's been excellent. Only 2 runs allowed, and 4 hits given up.
Now finally working with an enormous lead. Bluesox offense just finally coming alive.
He's also only walked 1 batter. That was something he said we wanted to keep an eye on throughout the game. Will Harrington, Ty Farwell, Trey Sarmiento, the 3 batters scheduled this inning. Nobody up in the Bluesox bullpen. They might want Hathaway to go the distance here.
And if he does, he'll reach his season high in innings pitched. He can work this 6. 5 is his previous high in his last outing.
2-0 the count to Harrington. Lined out to center and struck out. Hathaway now going through the order for a 3rd time. It's hit fairly hard to center. Right there is Angulo. He puts it away, 1 quick out. Had him played perfectly. So that brings up Ty Farwell. Grounded out back to the pitcher and struck out. So he's 0 for 2. 10 total hits from both teams. 4 hits scattered for the Snowbirds and 6 hits for the Bluesox, all coming in their 5-run 5th inning. Game started off as a pitcher's duel, and it's become somewhat one-sided relatively quickly. Once again, Hathaway working ahead, it's 0-1. Looks like the A's and the Dragons game has finished up on the turf field. Curious what those results are. Bluesox came into today tied with the A's and the Lumberjacks at 10-3.
Also, in addition to the standings, I like to see how that affects the stolen base count. As, at least to us, the Snowbirds took a sizable lead in that regard.
Ooh, Hathaway stumbled on that delivery. Looks to be okay, it's 1-2. He delivered the pitch way upstairs. So the A's officially beat the Green Dragons 9-1. So at the very least, they'll hold on to a share of first place. I think they have the tiebreakers in their favor, not completely sure. So a win here would be big for the Bluesox to keep pace with those A's. Well, Lumberjacks have the day off. And they're back at it tomorrow against the North Stars. Every team has either 2 or 3 regular season games left coming into today's games. Snowbirds will next face the Chill tomorrow on the turf field. At the high school field at 9:30. So a real full day tomorrow, having to use the high school field. Except just fouled off, the count remains 2-2. Bluesox. Ooh, that'll be interesting. Bluesox play the A's tomorrow at the turf field at 10:45.
Oh my. That'll be a fire. That's sure to be a fireworks game.
2-2 the count. That game with first place on the line. The postseason just a few days away. Sunday's the last day of regular season games. Of course, the All-Star game on Monday the 4th, Independence Day, 6 o'clock start time. That'll be on the PS Power YouTube link. Fireworks immediately to follow. March, you didn't get to see opening night, but those opening night fireworks, they were as good, if not better, than advertised. They held up really well compared to professional teams.
Oh, I'll look forward to the ones on the 4th then.
Farwell draws a walk. He's aboard with 1 out. Only the 2nd walk issued by Hathaway. Kevin Muller will come out as a pinch runner. 2nd time we've seen him do that today. I doubt we'll see him go anywhere. Down 5. Snowbirds need right now is base runners. And it looks like the Bluesox are going to send somebody out to warm up in the bullpen. That'll be Alexis Gamino jogging out there. He's going to start tossing. Snowbirds were a bit late compared to other teams with getting somebody up. Manager had a lot of confidence in Kim, rightfully so. He was excellent all day, especially starting against the bottom of the order, but 3 straight hits had to be removed. A pitch pop foul out of play, Hathaway able to work ahead.
Yeah, definitely not expecting to see, like you said, not expecting a stolen base here. You don't want to risk it. You've already got 1 out, down by 5.
Long looking from Hathaway. 0-1's taken upstairs, 1-1, just misses. So Marshall, looks like you have the morning off tomorrow, and you'll be here for the power game. You think you'll go watch? You think you'll get here early to go watch that A's and Bluesox game?
I'm thinking about it. I think that's just got to be about as good a matchup as you could hope for.
Possibly a championship or semifinals preview.
Could be.
2-1 the count. Sarmiento at the plate. The big RBI double in the first. That throw gets away. Hathaway's going to check on the runner. It goes all the way towards the bullpen, and going to second is far. Whoa! He tripped over the bag, and he's able to get in there safely. Jesus.
Ooh.
That, there's a first for everything. Looks like the error is actually going to be called on the first baseman, Troy May. Ball getting away. Marshall, this is one of the things that stood out to me. Even the pitches with great control, I've seen all sorts of balls thrown away, and even in the power games, all sorts of balls thrown away trying to check the runner at first, and there's so much room down in foul territory towards the bullpen where the batter often goes from first to third.
No, I've seen a lot of that too. It really has been something. A lot of pitcher errors, both the power and PSCL. Like you said, with such a cavernous foul territory, always proves costly.
That error, of course, going on the first baseman, May. Farrell wasn't going to third anyway, but he did trip over the bag and face planted. Glad to see he's okay. That 2-2 is chopped over the third. It's going to be a fair ball. Law. And the throw across the diamond is not in time. It pulled May off the bag. We'll see what the scoring of that play will be. Going to third is Farwell. And that will go down as a base hit. So an infield single, the 5th hit of the day for the Snowbirds.
I got a little bit of something going here. Let me get Chad out on the mound now.
Caden Stillwell will come out and pinch run for Sarmiento. Decent chance this might be it right here, Marshall. We're just about to come on to that 2-hour time limit.
This feels like the game right here.
Still a lot of ground to make up. Bluesox, they're going to stick with Hathaway. Gamino continues throwing in the bullpen. So we stand with 1 out, runners on first and third. A walk, an error, and a single puts 2 men on. An infield hit nonetheless. So it'll be Min Jae-yo will be the batter, at least a scheduled hitter. Takes inside 1 out, that is Yo. Min Jae-yo 0 for 2 today. And men on first and third. The Blue Sox look to turn 2. Ball's lined in the left field. That's going to get in there for a base hit. Gisek crosses the plate. He coasts home. And it's now 7-3 Blue Sox. Things are getting a little more interesting, Marshall. The tying run now in the on-deck circle. We're officially in a save situation. Taven Hathaway, he's been excellent through 5 1/3 so far. Trying to go the distance.
It is the Snowbirds having some of their best at-bats here. Now matched up. Blue Sox, 6 hits apiece.
So now it's Joshua Pita. Singled in the second, popped out in the fourth. My goodness, a base runner right here, Marshall, would make things really, really interesting. Mention at the top of our game, as Hathaway spins around. North Stars are a top 5 offense.
Well, they are. Yes.
And we're going through the order for the third time. It's a common theme that our analyst guys talk all about. And they've been on it. Being more difficult for the pitchers a whole lot of the time. Two and 0 the count. On the outside corner, 2-1. Pita does not like that call. He thought it was outside.
A lot of frustrated hitters with the strike zone today. That's for sure.
And for what it's worth, ladies and gentlemen, Trace Sarmiento's infield hit has officially been changed to an error on the third baseman Lawton. And that's on the outside corner for a called strike 3. Pita not happy with the call once again, so there's 2 outs.
That did look outside. I can understand the frustration, but now it comes down to this.
So that brings up Steed Outler. He singled in a run in the fourth. Grounded out in the second. He's 1 for 2. Trying to get on base here. An aggressive lead at second. You can't imagine the Snowbirds are going anywhere. Those runs don't matter anyway. Looks like Alexis Gambino, he stopped throwing in the bullpen. Taven Hathaway trying to finish this one off. Very good chance this will be it here in the 6th. Ball 1 delivered to Outler. Jackson Hatcher waits on deck. He represents the tying run. The 1-0. That's out to center field. Angulo over. And he can't get it. Looked like he had a beat on it, but he can't make the catch. 2 runs are going to cross the plate as Outler pulls into second. My, oh my. I don't know what happened there. I thought he had it, and the ball just went right on by.
Yeah, just by him somehow. It did look like he had it.
And so that will go down as a base hit, so score that as a double for Outler. Strange looking play nonetheless. Wonder if the sun played any kind of a factor.
Now the tying run comes to the plate. This inning has been wild.
So it'll be Minya Kim. He was not originally in the batting order to start the game as he was pitching. Hitting 190 this season. 1 double to his credit, 4 RBIs. He's walked a whopping 9 times. As that pitch gets away. Wow, taking a chance is Outler. Oh, man, his handcuffed the bag for a second, and he gets there safely. Jeez.
And
Wonder if he's a little shaken up. No, he looks like he's okay. Maybe got the wind knocked out of him. Wow, the pitch was in the dirt. Didn't get that far away from Singh. I can't believe Outler tried to go to third. He's not the tying run either. It'll have to be a wild pitch.
That was an aggressive slide.
We've seen a lot of aggressive base running. We have also seen a few outs on the bases too, in situations where you don't want to make an out. Nonetheless, it's 1-0 to Minya Kim. The tying run now at the plate. And now it's going to be the big lefty, Mac Gorham, getting up in a hurry now in the Bluesox bullpen. Gorham's their best man coming out of the bullpen. 2-0 the count to Kim. Jack Ray waits on deck. Marshall, it seemed like this game was over.
It seemed as
The Blue Sox put 5 runs on the board in the 5th.
you're seeing both of these top-tier offenses saving the best for last.
Snowbirds have put up 3 runs already in the 6th. This could be the last inning. They only trail by 2. Kim's the tying run at the plate, the 2-1. Wow! That was called a strike. Kim can't believe it. So 2-2 the count. Marshall, I'm not one to say a whole lot, but that pitch was outside.
It was outside. No, they're...
Here's a 2-2 nonetheless from Hathaway. In the dirt, 3-2.
Oh, no, does it come down to this? A full count with 2 outs. Tying run at the plate.
Here we go. Taven Hathaway. He's allowed 5 runs total. Trying to go the distance. 2 outs, a tying run at the plate, the 3-2. On the outside corner, called strike 3.
Oh!
Minya Kim can't believe it. And it looks like that is going to be it here for the ball game. So that's how this game ends. A strikeout looking. And the Blue Sox emerge victorious 7-5. They hold on the tying run at the plate for the Snowbirds. We're not sure what the result is from that A's game a little bit earlier. But the Blue Sox, at the very least, the A's did win 9-1. Yeah, that's right. We were told that. So the Blue Sox keeping pace with the A's, at least with a tie for first place.
And what a topsy-turvy game that was. Great pitching, bloopers and blunders. A lot of offense at the end. Oh, what a game. 7-5, Blue Sox win.
So that's it from us for now, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Evan Schmeiser, joined by Marshall Garvey. And we'll be back in just about 30 minutes